So when it comes down to it, a lot of foreign policy is based on perception. And in that, in how the U.S. is perceived, a president can have a lot of influence on how the rest of the world views the United States, because they are the figurehead, after all. They're the person who at any given time people think of when they think of the U.S. So as the spokesperson, as the symbol of the communicator for the U.S., that's really where a president can have the most effect.
Thanks, Anderson. Hello and welcome back to the third and final presidential debate of 2016, sponsored by Rutgers Model Congress. I'd like to thank Governor Neil Sharma and Senator Richard Bennett for joining us tonight. Let's continue the debate. Now on to the topic of our economy. What role should the federal government take regarding the American economy? We'll start with you, Senator Bennett.
I think that the federal government should play a very limited role in our economy. We've seen time and time again that increased regulations and increased government involvement in American businesses has resulted in a stagnating economy. And I think that by stepping back, by cutting the red tape, by cutting out the bureaucratic mess that Washington has imposed on American business owners all across this country, we're able to see our economy grow again, become revitalized, and see greater improvements than it has in the previous years since the Obama administration. A federal increase in minimum wage has been a disaster. It has resulted in the loss of
Time's
employment.
up, Senator. Now, Governor Sharma, would you like to respond to that?
Definitely. Now, I find it amusing how Senator Bennett is using his platform to help his Wall Street friends by deregulating the business. So I don't think I need to remind the American people what happened in 2008. When we saw a deregulation of the financial companies, what happened? The bankers, they took bigger risks at the expense of the taxpayers. And then when everything broke down, who paid for it? The taxpayers had to bail these big banks out.
Government bailed them out.
Exactly. So what we need to do is if the government's paying for it, we need to make sure that there's regulation, there's oversight in that. And that's the only way we can ensure that these banking practices are happening safely and in a proper manner.
Thank you, Governor. Let's move on to the next question, the topic of immigration. What is your plan to handle the illegal immigration issue in America? Let's start with you this time, Governor Sharma.
So with illegal immigration, there's no denying that there is an issue of having 11 million undocumented workers here in our nation. So what we need to do is we need to offer them a pathway to citizenship. These undocumented workers, they're just like us. They have American dream. They want to work. They want to provide to society. So we should have, well, what's done is done, and now we need to give them a way to get them citizenship.
We have these rules.
We need to strengthen our borders to stop the excess of other illegal immigrants coming in. But for the 11 million that are already here, contributing to the American economy, there has to be a way for them to pay their share of taxes and get a pathway to citizenship. They have an American dream. The circumstances were that forced them to come here, get a better opportunity, and that's what we need to do as American people. We need to help them achieve the American dream. We need to give them pathway to citizenship, and then that's the best way to tackle the current issue.
Fundamentally disagree.
All right, Senator Bennett, would you like to respond to Governor Sharma's responses?
I would love to respond. This is fundamentally untrue. We have a bunch of people coming into this country illegally, and this is at the crux of the issue here. If people want to come to this country, there is no problem. We should let them come. But we should let them come through the legal processes that we have in place. When we have a problem, when we have 11 million undocumented American citizens coming into this country without following the rules and procedures that we have outlined, we have a significant problem. Me and you both know that we have
11 million here.
We both have parents that have come to this country as immigrants, but they've done so legally. And they were able to pursue the American dream because they were able to do so legally. They came to this country legally, they followed all the rules and procedures, and they've come here legally. So
what about the 11 million here now?
The 11 million here they haven't applied to this country legally. They've not followed the laws.
So how are you going to put them back safely? How are you going to deport them safely, Senator?
Thank you, Senator Bennett. The time is up. Now I'm going to ask the last question of the night. What unique qualities do you possess as a candidate that would make you the best fit for the President of the United States of America? Let's start with you, Governor Sharma.
So I think one of my unique qualities is that I actually, in my undergrad career, I received a degree in computer science. Now what this does is I think of myself as tech savvy. So I like using social media, and I like exploring the new technology advances of America. Now I feel like in this sector, regarding technology, America has the potential to really grow. We have one of the largest tech companies starting from America, and we need to make sure that we encourage this type of environment, having more tech startups, because that's literally where the future is going to go, and that's where I can see America going into.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Now, Senator Bennett, would you like to tell me what unique qualities you possess as a candidate that will make you the best fit for president?
I would, but first let me start off by saying I think that government over here is kind of understating his role in government as being his unique character, and I think that this is where I fundamentally differ from him. I have no experience in government. I am an established businessman. My father started a business, and I was able to expand that business across the nation. My father started a business in Chicago, a fine restaurant, and I was able to process this and make it a global brand. So I think my experience in business has allowed me to become a very, very prominent person in this election, and I think this is a quality that I think is necessary for a president. As someone that has a background in business, I think it's important coming into the presidency with this knowledge so that we're able to improve the American economy as it's currently stagnating right now. And I think by pursuing this.
But what qualities do you possess, Mr. Bennett? Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, for one, unlike my opponent, I am a man of the people. I'm a servant of the public.
I'm not a man of the people.
Yeah. I serve the public. I am standing by the American Constitution. I am standing by protecting American law. Unlike my opponent, I am not for accepting these immigrants who have not come here legally. I am standing by the Constitution when it comes to issues such as Second Amendment rights.
Thank you, Mr.
So
Bennett.
my commitment to America is overall what I believe makes me a suitable candidate for
Now,
this
let me just say that in the state of New York, that when I took the governor's office, we've seen a large increase of businesses coming into the state because we offer great tax incentives for them to come in, grow their business, and then go on from that. So I believe that this similar plan can work for America on a national scale. So to say that I don't have any experience with business is simply wrong.
Senator Bennett, would you like to give a 15-second response to that?
Oh, yes, I would. And I think that, yes, you can give all the incentives you want, but I think overall, I think this is not government's place to dictate what businesses survive, what businesses excel. This is, let the market dictate who wins and who becomes successful. This is a tried and true method of success in a capitalist society. And I think the free enterprise should dictate what wins.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Our time is up for this evening. Thank you for joining us in on the last presidential debate, and we hope to see you soon. Now for our closing statements from our candidates. We'll start with you, Senator Bennett.
For the past 8 years, Americans from every corner of this nation have been upset with the current state of affairs. Under the Obama administration, we have seen businesses decline, we've seen a stagnation in our presence across the world stage, and we have seen a personal assault on our freedoms and liberties. As President of the United States, and with the support of the American public, I will be bringing businesses back, I'll be bringing our American exceptionalist values back. To heck with it, I'll be bringing it all back.
Thank you, Senator Bennett. And now on to you, Governor Sharma.
To the American people, we are at a pivotal time in our country. We have made progress in social justice reform, in the economy, and national security. As your president, I will continue to protect these things by securing the Supreme Court decision about marriage equality, by raising the minimum wage for working families, and regulating Wall Street so the financial crisis doesn't happen again. I will also continue to strengthen national security through diplomatic relations. Now, when I started this campaign a year ago, we made a promise to our supporters that we had a dream. That dream was to unleash America's true potential to become the greatest nation in the world. Now, together with your support, we can unleash that dream.
Stay tuned for more election coverage.